This is perfect. And I think we are like there. All what you have to do is to go like here. And there you go.
So many phones.
So
How do
the
you get so
story
many
like,
phones?
is it?
No. Yeah.
This one it doesn't. It will not. It's already like that. Can I see? Yeah, it's okay. Hello and welcome back to Madame Rotterdam podcast. I'm your live stream. Sorry, I just did a podcast today in the morning actually with Duke, so stay tuned for that. But and tomorrow morning there will be a podcast with Thomas, and he is from Swibit. Since this is going to be an announcement for a podcast instead of a guest here with us. Welcome, Erik, and thank you for being here. You're doing amazing stuff. So let's start from the beginning. As you can see, look at his t-shirt. It looks like a guy who's working out. It shows, and it's actually really cool and nice. And
Thank you.
where did the idea of Iron Bruce come from?
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for inviting me today.
Anytime.
It's fun times. So about 2 years ago, me and a good friend of mine, we were talking about how we could only find plastic sportswear.
Yeah.
So basically all the sportswear that you find from the big brands are polyester or nylon or elastan. It's all plastic stuff.
Yeah.
We thought, right, is another good alternative to this, right? So like good natural alternative to this, because plastic is really polluting. And we couldn't really find an alternative, so we're like, right, we should just make it ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's basically we have no background in clothing or whatsoever, but we just started out with it, and now like 2 years later we know quite a lot about it. So.
And I was so surprised. I was like, I actually went to when I read your website, and by the way, he has an info table today at Venture Cafe at starts at 6, right?
I think yeah, 5:30 or something.
But the event starts at 5:30. But
Yeah.
when you're on the table,
Oh yeah, around 6, probably 6 or 7.
cool. You should come and ask him more about this. But when I checked it out, it was just like I went immediately to my wardrobe and I said polyester. I was like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Because usually when you work out, you sweat, and you don't want the sweat to stay. You want your clothes to kind of absorb the sweat and make it airy. Instead of
absorb the sweat and then like dissipate it into the air.
Yeah.
So you want it to breathe.
Yeah.
But also what happens is with usual sportswear, it actually helps bacteria to multiply.
Yeah.
So what happens is if you sweat, you get bacteria, and if they can multiply, you get some bad smells, right? So you get a nasty kind of smell. So that's also a benefit of going natural with natural products. Bacteria don't get much room to multiply there, so you get less smell if you.
That's why most gyms smell so bad.
Yeah.
Now you know it.
Kind of.
No, but seriously, now I can understand when you say that it doesn't absorb it and it's actually multiply it, and then the smell comes out because you do feel like you have to not. That of course it's necessary to keep washing your clothes, but I mean like it's really.
Yeah, it stays in. You have to use like really hard materials like some kind of acid to get like the smell out of long term.
Yeah.
Because if you use this like regular washing detergents or something, it's still gonna stay in if you work out in it for like 20 times.
So you're an active guy. That's why you are like you thought. Otherwise, you wouldn't if you were a guy who doesn't like to go working out.
Yeah, true.
So. But when you did a little bit more research, did you look at the market and you're just like, interesting, not a lot of these are out, and then you thought to yourself, why not I do it?
Yeah, so kind of, in the beginning also like, alright, we had the question in our head like, alright, there's no good alternative for polyester or sportswear out there.
Yeah.
But then we were like, alright, why is it happening, right? So you do more research and then you actually come across. There's a good documentary also for the people watching. It's called the True Cost, and it's about the clothing industry.
Yeah,
and actually that got me really triggered about how we're using how it's such a big elephant in the room, and everyone's wearing clothing, but no one really cares or like doesn't know what's happening behind closed doors, right? So I was like, right, there are definitely some great challenges to go through here.
Yeah.
And that's where we really decided, right, we're gonna make this our life's work to make.
Wow. So you're not only using natural material for sportswear, but you're actually also thinking about the sustainability of the clothing industry.
Yeah, for sure. We really want to be like an inspiration for other brands as well. So I also talk to a lot of people. Just ask other brands, right? If they use a lot of polyester or other materials, try and ask them like what are they doing, and trying to create some awareness with them that there are some changes that needs to be done.
Do they like it?
I've not heard anything back about that, but I guess that a lot of brands don't really necessarily like think about it that often. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a big topic, but right now, if not a lot of consumers ask for it, then why as a brand would you change, right? If you have
Yeah.
shareholders or whatever, like
Makes sense.
they're not gonna care about, you know, if a customer doesn't ask, why would you give them a product that they're not asking for, right?
Yeah.
So really, I really try to approach it with like a bottom-up strategy of like and engaging people and giving them more knowledge about what's going on,
Yeah.
and hoping that things will change in the future.
Well, when did you start it? And why the name Iron Roots?
Okay, so actually, so the idea about 2 years ago when we started like thinking about how we would like progress with this and how we could set up a brand, and then 1.5 years ago we actually came up with the name Iron Roots and we also like registered it, and it's actually two things. So we're like, right, we have, because if you go name searching, right, that's the most fun part. If you have a brand, you have to come up with a name. So
Sure.
basically what we did, we were like, all right, there's a lot of things that we want to stand for and a lot of things that we want to do. And then two things like mainly popped out, and it was natural and performance.
Yeah.
So we want to be on the crossroads, like between sustainability, transparency, but also performance and like technology.
Yeah.
So that's like the main focus of ours. So iron comes more from performance, from technology, and the roots comes obviously from nature or like
Oh, nice.
a natural thing. And then the logo as well is like a little thing that actually one guy guessed it, but it's like not a lot of people know. So it's the two things that come together. So you have the iron and the roots, and in the logo it's also come together, and we're like in the crossroads between.
Oh, that's
the two
something
things.
actually
That's
awesome.
like this the thought behind it.
So it's like between like, and also kind of look like a tree. I don't know.
Yeah, and I have some people that say that it looks like roots as well, but I think it's just
Like
a cool
a-
logo.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it
it
looks
is, it
really
is.
slick and yeah.
You did good with the logo.
But I didn't. So shout out to our designer, Stefan. He made the logo and he does everything like the design stuff. I'm not really good at that, so
What are you good
Very
at?
good at-
Working out.
working out. No, I think I'm more of like so we're 3 guys now. So one of the guys is responsible for designing, more like the creative type. The other guy is more responsible for production.
Okay.
Production, making sure that the webshop and everything goes well and we get the products.
Yeah.
And I do more of basically marketing and making sure that we have like a good vision that we can go after, and I stay on top of all the trends and everything that is important to get this business in the future.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's what you're gonna do today at Adventure Cafe as well.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
that's
talking to
awesome.
people, see how they respond, and see how the story is.
And how would if I want to buy some? I'm
Yeah.
assuming you have for men and women, not only men.
Yeah. So
And where can I go and find your stuff?
right now it's on a web shop, so we have our own web shop.
Okay.
And the thing is, right now we do want to be in physical stores.
Yeah.
But since we have like since we take it from such an approach that we want everyone to have a fair wage in our supply chain.
Okay.
So in the process of making the clothing, it's actually quite expensive to make our clothing
Yeah.
compared to other t-shirts. I mean, you can, for example, if you want a regular polyester t-shirt with your logo on it and you buy it from China or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You can buy it from like $1.50, like €1.50, €2. So
Wow.
you have that, right? For us to make this, it's way more expensive.
Yeah.
Almost 10 times more expensive to make it right now.
Yeah. And besides, I'm assuming you're taking your your supply is locally.
Yeah. So when we started out, we actually wanted to do like a full European supply chain.
Yeah.
Because we're like, right, many of the issues come from companies having like different places in the world where they get their clothing from, right? So usually
Yeah.
what happens is, for example, cotton, it gets grown in the US, then it gets shipped to China where it gets made into yarn.
Yeah.
Then you get, for example, Bangladesh where they make fabric out of it, they dye it in another country. So it's like multiple tiers in that supply chain, and that's where things get messy because companies cannot keep up, right?
Yeah.
So we were like, right, we want to do it as locally as possible. It turns out it's quite hard to set something up in Europe when it comes to that.
Okay.
But what we do now is actually this line. So the first products, we have a company in Enschede in the Netherlands,
Yeah.
and they make the clothing out of fabric.
Yeah.
So it's actually pretty cool that we can have like a Dutch vibe to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's pretty dope.
Wow, that's really awesome. So you can find it at ironroots.com.
.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
That's
.nl.
Oh, you can find .nl, whatever, but it'll go through the .com site.
That's good that you
Yeah.
bought all the domains.
Yeah, we have to.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
One other question maybe I would like, it's a game. So
Sure.
now Anne behind the camera, he is going to challenge me or you. So I will say how many sport brands you can name. So I will say, for example, I can name 5. and then you say, for example, I can name 6, and then he has to challenge me, or you said like, okay, Maria, I challenge you, or like, I don't believe you, you can name 5, or I don't believe you, you name 5.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna choose which one of us to challenge. Don't try to count them.
No, I'm not gonna
I think I could name 5 sportwears.
So I have to say more than 5 or
Oh.
like a number?
Or challenge me. Or you can just say, I can name 5.
I can name more than 5.
How much do you think?
I think
Yeah.
around 10.
Then do you challenge me or him? You just choose.
I can do 10.
I will challenge Maria.
Oh shit! Adidas, Nike, Puma. Oh damn. Come on. Adidas, Nike, Puma. There is more than that. There is. Why am I blanking out? Iron Roots. Iron Roots, and then there's one. I don't know. There's one left.
Foot Locker.
But Foot Locker is the name of the
Store.
store.
It's
It's not
It's like
the
a
name
retailer.
of the yeah.
Oh, we have a recommendation.
What did you say?
From the Puma, Reebok.
Reebok.
Reebok. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 5. So
That's 5, yeah.
A little help you got it. 4 to 5.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise,
good
I would not have done it. But can you do really name 5, including the ones I named?
So 5 more?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, I have to, right? Because it's my competition. That's Gymshark, Alpha Lead is a big one. You got Body Engineers. You got we had Reebok already, right?
Yeah.
Then you have
See, it's hard.
Barbell Brigade is also sports. Is also a brand. And then you have Pure Sports.
Pure
also.
Sport.
Yeah. We also have suggestion from the audience as well. Stella,
Stella. Oh, Stella. Yeah, but
Stella.
it's Stella.
Makani, and Adidas.
Oh, of course. Why would you left out Adidas?
I did say Adidas.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Nike, Adidas, Puma. I
Yeah.
don't think that's it.
But Stella is like a fashion designer who's doing not using leather or anything.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
she had
yeah.
her own
It's more the sustainability.
sports.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Very cool.
yeah, sustainability. She doesn't want leather usage or
Wool,
harming the
stuff like
animals.
that. Okay, cool.
And then also with the same thing that you're doing, she doesn't believe that the industry should be taking advantage of these countries like the.
Yeah.
the
But
ones
it's
that
really
she said.
it's really difficult because I've been talking to a lot of people about this, right? But it's also like in these countries, you have to imagine like if you pay them more, then obviously people are gonna want to work in a factory.
Yeah.
If the standards in a country are so that like 20 cents an hour, or whatever, is like the regular thing, you cannot just go there and pay them €2, right?
Yeah.
Even the government will get mad. I talked to some people who have like actually tried stuff like that, but like, you get because you get like political shifts if you want to try
Yeah.
and make some.
But don't you? Yes, go ahead.
And we have a comment from Hindama. I'm sorry if I say the name wrong, but she said it's a collection, not a brand. Not so sure.
Oh, it's a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
Brand. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But so the collection is the brand right now because we have to start somewhere. So right now we only have T-shirts because that was for us the easiest product to start with. But we're coming out with joggers, sweaters, and shorts as well early next year. So then it's going to be like a full collection of sustainable.
Nice. Add
Nice.
socks to that as well.
Socks. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I think it's also it will sell more as well because it's just socks and
Yeah.
everybody needs socks.
And it's easy,
so
yeah.
it's like-
So we still haven't find like really good sock fabric yet.
Oh,
This is a
nice.
special kind of knit that they use with socks, and it's
And you produce
Wonderful.
everything. And you do your factories are here in Holland, or do you?
no. So the fabrics, that's pretty.
And then Hindama say, do you guys ship worldwide?
Yeah, we ship worldwide. Actually, pretty expensive to ship worldwide, so we hope to get that down soon. The prices of shipping, but we do ship worldwide. Yeah, we have a shipment company that can do shipping worldwide.
And is it unisex or menswear?
It's men and women separate. Yeah, we will do some unisex stuff in the future, but right now the T-shirts are men and women separately.
And then I don't know if I pronounce the name correctly. She said Stella is fashion brand, but it has a sport collection.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
I should look that up. Cool.
And another question also from continue with the shipping worldwide.
Yeah.
Is it for also ship to Saudi Arabia?
That's a good question. I actually don't know if I can ship to Saudi Arabia. I think so, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You were saying about that it is hard, and it's like if you want to change this, it has to come from the government itself of these countries to
Kind of. Yeah.
help. But I think at the end of the day, it's if there is no the supply and demand, you know what I mean. So
Mhm.
people are happy when they don't have to spend as much on clothes, and then they can throw it, so they
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want to hear about it anymore, or they just don't. They're trying to pretend that. So what? If I don't do it, other people will do it.
Yeah,
and I
of
think
course,
that's
yeah.
kind of the you do it because it's the right thing. It doesn't matter if somebody else
Yeah.
does it or not.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's changing because here you are, you're starting it, so you're doing your part, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And
yeah.
now I know, so now I'll be more careful and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
try to think like you and do the same stuff that you're doing.
Yeah.
And trying out the iron roots as well and see, you will like it more.
Actually, in clothing, like one thing I want to have for that is like it's really interesting. So you have, for example, if you go to consumer prices for products, if there was a study done in the UK, consumer prices in the last like 15 years something have been going up with like 50% or something.
Yeah.
But actually, the price of clothing went down with 50%.
Oh wow.
So it's like so strange. People like right now they expect clothes to be so cheap.
Yeah.
But other products because you have inflation and everything going on, right? So products get more expensive, but clothing actually got more cheaper. So
Yeah.
somewhere along that line, things have, degraded.
Yeah.
There are some things that have been going wrong during that time, otherwise you cannot get cheap prices for clothing like that.
That's true, because I
Yeah.
feel like the more people know about it,
It'll
the more
change.
it's-
Yeah, it's a lot of education that has to be done for it, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, this is a question for you.
Yeah.
If right now, this mic right here,
Yeah.
it will broadcast to every single person on earth. Everyone is gonna hear you. What are you gonna say?
Just in general, or it's like
Anything
it's like
in
a
general.
message,
Yeah, a message that
a message to the world.
yeah.
That's a difficult one.
It
I
could be
think-
anything. It
I
doesn't
think-
have to do with what you do.
Okay, it doesn't have to be like just the message that I believe in. Okay, so be more kind to each other. I
Oh
think.
my god.
It's a-
That's a
I think
sweet
it's
one.
kind of cheesy, but I
No,
really
it is
think so.
actually
And like a lot of these things happen because people are not like really in alignment with each other.
Yeah.
So I think if more people like try and be nice to each other, it would be
Yeah.
good. It sounds so cheesy,
No,
but
it's actually
kinda true.
perfect. I wasn't even. I thought that you were just gonna say,
Buy my shirt.
Yeah. Do more
No,
stuff like
it's
that,
deeper
but-
than that. It's deeper than that.
Wow.
The message
So
behind
be
it.
kind to each other. And
Yeah.
where do you see yourself like in 5 to 10 years from now?
Yeah. So in 5 or 10 years, I really hope that we have a global brand.
Yeah.
So that we are seen as one of the most sustainable companies, and that we can also be like a forefront for other industries as well. So that we can show people, right? You don't have to choose between like, all right, NGO or sustainability and business. You can actually do both, right?
I like it.
That's really what I wanna.
We have a comment from fashion lady officer. Lovely. That's an amazing message that you
Oh.
sent out.
Thank you.
Oh,
I think so
awesome.
too.
I actually have my a question for me personally.
Sure.
So you do the sports clothes, and also you make the material better. But how about design? How do you think about the design? How do you also make it a good one, but also a good design for people to wear?
Yeah. So from there's two standpoints I think to it. So if you look right now in like sustainable fashion, it's a lot of baggy stuff, a little bit of hippie-ish. So I really want to make something that looks really slick. So the product, you have to see it and then you think, alright, it's a cool product, and then comes the story of sustainability. So I really believe in product first and not like really, alright, we have a sustainable thing and like, look, it also looks good, it has to be other way around. And also a thing I really believe in is that we have to make stuff that can go with years and years, right? So right now, for example, you have these pants with stripes on it or whatever, right? It's trendy. But if you make products that are like, people call them basic, I would rather call them like minimalistic. In the sense that in 4 years we will still want people to pick out a piece of ours and look at it and be like, right, I can still wear this right now. So I think those are two main standpoints design-wise where we try to
Nice.
differentiate.
I like this way product first, sustainability second. It's a really nice mindset.
Yeah.
Honestly, I gotta say, because
Yes.
it fulfills both worlds.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It doesn't have to
and-
exclude each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are coming to an end. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for interviewing. It's good.
And no, of course. And look out for all the people because there's a lot of CICers here. Catch him at his info table at 6 o'clock at Venture Cafe. And tune in next week for another guest. Thank you so much for being here and for tuning in and for all the comments that you guys are giving. And next week is going to be, instead of 4 o'clock, it's going to be at 5:30. So a lot of people who are working can also tune in. And see you next week. Bye. Ciao. I have to close these as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still going.
It's still going. Yeah.
That was fun. I liked it.
Yeah,
It
thanks.
was good. Good questions as well. The game caught me off guard. I was like, shit, I gotta think.
No, it's yeah, you have to have a game.
Yeah, that's true. I like it. I like it. I like it.
It's going to be fun. Wait.
Sales and share also, right?
You have to save and then share.
Cool. Cool.
Save and share.
Share. This is gonna be on.
Did it say I was gonna start at 6 at the info table?
Yeah, usually actually
Really?
at